This is the 13th and final episode of Serial, where we try to come to a final conclusion of who possibly is to blame for the murder of Hae-Min Lee, based on all the evidence portrayed in the past 12 episodes. Based on outside research and what we learned from Serial, it has come down to these three possible suspects:
Jay Wilds, Ronald Lee Moore,
and Roy Davis, all of whom may be guilty or may just have been in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I'm Emily Bottomer. I'm Anna Pazdior.
And I'm Sarah Phillips. This is our take on the conclusion of Serial.
Starting off with suspect number 1, Jay Wilds, was a high school student at the time and was well known in this town in Maryland where the whole murder takes place. Some said he was strange and different from the rest, some said he was violent, and some said he was the nicest person you'll ever meet, but we will never know what he really was like, just like this case. It's all based on other people's accounts. However, there's a lot of evidence that connects Jay to the murder of Hae, including the fact that Adnan was best friends with Jay's girlfriend, Stephanie. Jay knew where Hae's car was hidden, and he has many inconsistencies throughout his interviews. Jay is mentioned a lot throughout Serial, but not in the criminal way, so I'm here to prove that he wasn't just Adnan's acquaintance. Our second subject, Ronald Lee Moore, was a well-known criminal who killed himself in prison in 2012. He was only briefly mentioned in the last episode of Serial, but doing some outside research, I discovered that there is more to Mr. Moore than I thought. He was in and out of jail for many years in the 90s, but it was mainly for minor crimes like burglary. Ronald could not stay out of trouble. He committed a majority of his crimes in 1999 and was in and out of jail the entire year. Most of these crimes were thought to be minor until in 2014, through DNA evidence, Ronald Lee Moore was connected to the murder of a young woman named Annalise. This murder shows that Ronald is capable of much bigger things than stealing. He was a dangerous man who was underestimated before his last breath in 2012. Moore may be proof that Adnan Syed, a typical 17-year-old boy, may not be the cold-blooded murderer of Hae. They blamed Adnan too easily, ruled out everyone else before the evidence proved him guilty. The text says, what makes more sense? That little 17-year-old never been in trouble with the law, Adnan killed someone? Or that Ronald Moore, rapist and murderer who got released from prison 13 days before Hae disappeared, that he killed?
Our final suspect is Roy Davis. Throughout the podcast, I've never believed that the person guilty was introduced. After doing some research on my own, I found this man, Roy Davis, who was convicted of killing another Woodlawn High School student. Davis has a long criminal record with everything from drugs to murder. The murder case he was convicted for is almost identical to that of Hae's. He was in the crime circle of Woodland and has connections with people who are very heavily involved in the case. Davis also has easy access to Hae. Although he was never introduced during Serial, there is a lot of outside evidence that suggests he is a possible suspect. To be more specific, Sarah explains in episode 4 that Jay claims that Adnan supposedly called him from a payphone in the Best Buy parking lot. However, after Sarah talks to past employees and managers, as well as people that lived in the area at the time, she discovers that there was never a payphone in the parking lot. She even looked at old plans for the store, and it was never sketched out. This is really contradicting to Jay's original testimony, and it proves that Jay was either covering up for himself or for someone else. So this connects him to the crime no matter what. I totally agree that Jay is involved in the crime, but I don't think he was actually the man who murdered Hae. Based on outside research, I found that Jen told the cops that she called Jay and someone else picked up, someone that wasn't Adnan or Jay. She says the voice on the cell phone was an older male, deep, not like a kid, and it was not Jay. During the time of the murder, Roy was 50, which would explain the deep voice Jen couldn't recognize. This was also never brought up during the trial, and Jen changed her story, saying that it was Adnan who answered the phone. This proves that Jay was lying about something and needed Jen's help to keep the lie going.
I believe that without a doubt, Jay was involved in some way to the murder, but I do not think he was responsible for the killing. I do think he could have had connections with some people who were not the best. Many students at the school said he was odd, and we know he did drugs. He could have easily been involved in some gang activity where he could have ran into Mr. Moore. The website Bustle says Moore was on a crime spree in 1999. Moore was charged with a ton of different crimes, from burglary to rape, but Moore was an American's most wanted man who had committed a crime approximately 10 miles away from where Hae's body was found. They never tested the DNA evidence next to Hae's body, which could explain why he was never brought into this. And the police could have easily kept his involvement on the down low, considering it was their fault he was out of jail. Ronald was released from jail on accident 13 days before her murder. He was later recaptured and put back in jail, but this follows the window of Hae's killing, and by putting him back in jail, it would be difficult to see him as a suspect.
Yeah, y'all both make really good points with really strong evidence, and there's no way that those are just coincidences. I know that Jay's definitely connected because some things he says and does show that he was connected to the crime, but y'all sound sure that Jay didn't kill Hae. However, there is a piece of evidence that undeniably connects Jay to the crime, like deeply connects him, because even though he lies about a lot, this is the truth.
What is it?
In In episode 8 of Serial, as well as in other episodes, the fact that Jay took the cops to where Hayes' car was parked was brought up many times because it is a big piece of evidence. Like I said before, this truly shows that Jay was involved with the crime because there's no way that Jay is completely innocent because he couldn't have known where Hayes' car was.
And that is my problem with saying that Ronald Lee Moore is the killer. Because I could show evidence that it's Mr. Moore all day long, but Jay somehow knew exactly where her car was, meaning there would need to be some connection between them.
I see how big that piece of evidence is. However, I still don't have a problem saying Roy Davis was the murderer because there's a clear connection between him and Jay. From Reddit.com, I learned that Roy Davis was involved in the crime circle of Woodlawn, and so was Jay's dad and older brother.
So you're saying that Jay and Roy Davis knew each other?
Yes, in episode 12 of Serial, Jay's friend Josh stated that Jay was at work and he kept freaking out because he was scared of Hayes' murderer. Davis was much higher in the crime circle and knew his family, which would explain why Jay was so scared of the person who committed the crime. So if Roy was very high important in the crime world, Jay would have felt threatened and would have done anything possible to set up an innocent man. He would have remained faithful to Roy because his family and his life were at risk too.
But how do you explain the fact that Ronald Lee Moore was connected to killing another girl exactly 11 months after Hayes' murder? She was strangled in her apartment, and she's a young woman of Asian descent. They were killed extremely similarly, and he wasn't connected to her crime until 2014 following DNA evidence.
That's all one big coincidence, just like this circumstantial to whomever you want the suspect to be. The evidence suggests that Roy Davis is the strongest possible suspect. Even though Hayes' car was a big piece of evidence, it's understandable that there's way more evidence that connects Roy of being the killer rather than Jay. However, I believe we can all agree that Jay was connected somehow to this crime.
I can see that. Ronald's case is suspicious, but it is very stretched. Roy ran in the same circles as Jay's dad, has a criminal record, and did high-profile crimes.